Hi, Wayne White Watercolors here again. Today we're going to paint plein air on location. In fact, we're painting in the back of the church we attend, and we're overlooking Mount Diablo. This is our scene. Of course, there's a lot of obstructions in front of us, which I will eliminate, power poles and street lights, but no matter. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a rough drawing for my composition. Got a big redwood tree over here, I think it is. The one I want to summit from on the right or the left. I think I'm going to do it on the right. The upper right third of the paper. So I'm going to that's basically the only I want this to go up here, this line here. Give me a good vertical shape. And then over on this side, I will be just some green trees in the foreground. I'm using a 140-pound cold press paper, which is what I usually like to use for my landscapes. And I'm not sure whether it's Archer's or Waterford. I'll have to see if I can find the watermark. If it's a pretty plain blue, I might blot out some clouds there so it's not so plain, but maybe mix up some cobalt blue. Usually when you have plenty of clouds like this, oftentimes you'll find some light areas right above the mountain that make the sky a little darker blue on the top. I'm painting in, putting on a green wash, light green wash, which will eventually be the trees in the foreground. I just have to remember we have a time problem because I have to wait for these first washes to dry before I put the next washes on. And so if I were home in the studio, I'd have a hair dryer and I would dry it. Hi, Wayne White here, watercolor artist. I'm back again. I'm hoping to finish the painting we started last week. It's a view of Mount Diablo. Last week I did the first wash, but it happened to be a really burning hot day. The temperature was 100 degrees, and so after getting the first wash on, we had to quit because of the weather. So now the weather has turned very nice. It's about 80 degrees now. So I'm going to finish setting out on my deck. Hopefully, something will turn out. Some great paint. I'm getting down now where there's trees there in the mid-ground and foreground. So I'm going to suggest some trees about now. And one vertical. Let's see, I'm going to bring this one up a little higher. And hopefully this mess will come into focus the farther I get into it. Now back to the trees. So the main idea of this painting is to showcase Mount Diablo. All of the trees in the foreground is just a framework to show off the mountain. Not inside the studio, was to set up a convenient place to paint. And sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes you have to sit down in a field of weeds to paint, which I don't do that anymore. I used to, painting plein air. going out in the wilderness and sitting down in a bunch of weeds and painting, but anymore. I'm always afraid of encountering a rattlesnake, so I'm not that brave anymore. I can see I probably got more work to do on this painting. I wish I'd have left more ground here and left less where the forest is on the side of the mountain. I wish I'd have left it more plain to show off the mountain better. I think the foreground turned out pretty good. Anyway, that's enough for now. Painting is about 90% finished, and I'll be working on it in my studio maybe tomorrow. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.